Well, ladies and gentlemen, well, they saw us come walking in, but they couldn't hear what we were saying. I was just saying Curtis didn't look very strong at all. I'm going to go again. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and welcome to Ultimate Armwrestler 7, the Christmas special. It almost feels like I should be saying it. 4 absolute studs, 2 unbelievable matches for your viewing pleasure. Now, Curtis, we're just going to jump straight back in. I'm going to tell the people the story who don't know it. 10, 12 years ago, I was over in Rossendale. You was a tiny little boy. You was, 5'3", 60 kilos, 50 kilos max. Now you're rolling in a man. You've not grown very much, 5'5".
Let's try that again.
But you rolled in at 102 kilos. You're an absolute titan, carved out of stone. Michelangelo did a great job of you when he got that hammer and chisel out. You look in unbelievable shape. Are you looking as strong? Are you feeling as strong as you look?
Yeah, definitely in the gym. Obviously, one of the things that I was aiming for was, as you know, the 250 bench, which I'm nearly there with. So a lot of my training has gone into that, but as well, I couldn't pass the opportunity when you came to me, asked me if I wanted the match, and here we are, I'm ready. Show my opponent's ready, and may the best man win.
You spoke to me quite a bit about different matches, certain matches, and you were very confident arm wrestling, and you put a lot of that down to your weightlifting. Like, we all know you lift these massive weights, you're chasing a 250 bench, you're curling 50s like it's a bag of shopping. Now, we're looking over at Lloyd. He jumped on scale earlier, and he was 89 kilos. You rolled in at 102. I mean, just looking at him, does he have anything for Curtis Reynolds? Anything at all?
I think gym strength's one thing, but when you get onto a table as well, you've also got to understand that strength can get taken away from you. And I know what lane he's going to go down. I know what he's going to do. He knows what I'm going to do. And whoever gets their lane is going to take it. So if he gets where he wants to be and needs to be, then I could be in trouble. It's just stopping him from getting there.
Well, it's not what you said to me on phone yesterday.
Oh yeah, I said that he's a fucking bitch, and he's small, skinny, and all that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he is compared to you.
All of that, yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering, like you said, who's had the most Botox? I don't know.
It's definitely him. He's about 10 shades darker since I last seen him. Hair's a different colour.
I must admit, Lloyd, I'm not going to put this out there. But you look like one of them, like when you go to like LA and you see them men. You see them men who are about 20
wax jobs.
I should be impartial here. No, but so, seriously, you met up last year,
yeah.
and you got the better of Lloyd.
Yeah.
Lloyd was telling me earlier about his injuries and how he wasn't prepped for that match. He's had plenty of time to prep. He told me earlier that your big mouth is going to get you in trouble, like it did against Noah Burton.
Right.
You bit off more than you could chew with Noah, and Lloyd says, "Paul, let me tell you now, I am going to come away with a victory today, Ultimate Armwrestler 7. Is that possible now, Curtis?
Not a fucking chance. Not a fucking chance.
And why? Why has he not got a chance?
The thing is, obviously, is in terms of people that are dedicated and people that train non-stop, all you see is him training. All you see is him putting his time, his effort into doing everything that he's doing, which you've got to appreciate. It's fair play to him. But I just think there could be a decent strength difference, and if he don't get where he needs to be, he's big trouble.
Well, Lloyd, you've just heard what Curtis Reynolds has got to say, saying you've got no chance.
Yeah, there's always a chance. There's always a chance. And Curtis is coming a lot heavier than last time, and weight isn't everything in this game. And if your frame's not big enough to carry that weight, it can go against you. So, if I can get some stops in there, I've been working on some better angles so that I can make sure that if the match does stop, that Curtis is going to have to work a lot harder than he did last time round. making sure I keep everything nice and tight. And as Curtis said himself, gym strength is one thing. It's always good to gauge yourself if you're fit and everything's great, but arm wrestling on the table, technical ability and getting your lane is quite important. So I think that's going to really dictate the match at the beginning. And we'll see where it goes from that point. But I've worked hard for it, and hopefully it pays off.
Now, 12 months ago you went and you had your match. You come out on the upper end of that. I mean, at that point in time, he was training a lot. I know that from the guys with Leeds. He went over there, become British novice champion. Actually, he won that event quite easily. Mm-hmm. What have you changed? What have you done different? Without giving away your game plan for today, what makes you think that you can take out this man today?
I think if you try and go, into Curtis's power and just brute force him, it's not really going to work. Curtis, he is really strong. So you've got to kind of out arm wrestle Curtis and try and be smarter and play the endurance game. And I think with my current diet and my strengths in the correct areas, I've got enough to stop that match and turn it into a little bit of an endurance game. And then hopefully the following rounds will become easier and I'll get my lane more successful.
Well, it's funny you speak about your diet. I see your pictures that you're putting on your Insta and stuff like that. And I'll be honest with you, Lloyd, you are in unbelievable condition. I saw you with your top off. You was posing around in one of your holiday snaps, and I must admit you're an impressive specimen. How did you stay in that sort of condition, Lloyd?
So on and off, you've got to do some sort of cardio, hit cardio, and obviously your diet. If the diet's not on point, nothing's really going to change. So that's number one. But the cardio definitely helps. So every so often I'll do phases of 1 to 2 months of putting in some hit cardio, and then I'll give it a rest. But I'll always keep my diet kind of clean, like an 80-20 split. Sometimes it's even more clean than that. But that's kind of the main thing, really, and sticking to your kind of natural body weight, not trying to push it too much.
You're known as not just a strong arm wrestler, but you're known as a stamina. People might say you've got more stamina than an Ethiopian steeplechaser. We saw you in the war zones, the PAA war zones, and you're always up there and thereabouts. Is that what you plan to do today? Do you plan to take him into the deep water to drown this big shark?
Yeah, I mean, if I do stop him and I manage to get a good stop and I'm connected and my arm's not opening, then it's going to be a long day for Curtis because he's going to blow up quick, no doubt. And that is one area that I'm looking to exploit. And I feel I've got enough to do that. But again, there could be a massive strength gap, and it might not even matter. But we're not going to be able to tell until we get on that table. But I definitely think I've got an edge in speed and in stamina, and that could be the difference.
Curtis, can this man close the gap in strength because he thinks you've got no stamina?
Well, I mean, if there is a strength gap, then stamina doesn't really come into play, does it? Because if you're miles stronger than somebody, it's going to take a lot before you're at the same strength level.
And are you worried about your stamina levels? Because, I mean, that's where people seem to think you lack.
Definitely not. No.
Any final words you want to say to Mr. Herperker?
Best of luck. May the best man win.
Lloyd?
Yeah, best of luck, Curtis, and I intend to win. So, yeah, thanks.
Well, we're going to find out in that match what goes on. Ruben, pick that up, son. We move to the main event, left hand under 95 kilo battle royale. I'm sat here with UK and Ireland number 2, the Welshman, Red Hot Ruben Hughes. And I've got another Welshman at the side of me, who Ruben said he isn't the real one, because he's from Abersock. Is that where you said you're from, Murray? I'm only teasing. No, but Ruben, you are the man of the moment. You are the guy that everyone's looking upon, wondering how you've got so good. I mean, 2 years, just over 2 years in the sport of arm wrestling now. You can say on your left arm, a year. You broke your arm in, I think, in your second competition, something like that.
Third competition. was about 4 months in training and probably the third competition, I think it was.
Yeah, I remember that day. How, you was in an absolute screamer with Josh Davis, and Josh couldn't pin you, and then your arm went, and we just got some new pictures. Remember, we put a strap on your arm, didn't we? An arm wrestling strap to hold it up. I remember seeing the picture. But since then, you never stop training. You come training here with me on Friday mornings at Club Torture. We're just training your right arm for a while, and then the victories just kept coming. I mean, people fear you. You're a grip bending champion, world records under your belt. Everyone's afraid of your hand. No one seems to be able to compete with it. Is that the main weapon that you're probably going to try and use against Mr. Whitehead today?
Probably is, because Murray, he's bigger than me. He's been doing it for longer than me. He's more technical than me, so I'm going to have to stop him getting to where he needs to go. And my heart and my stamina I'll be able to stay in the match long enough to bleed him out. And
well, this is the funny thing you said, your heart and your stamina, because someone asked me last week, they said to me, what's Ruben's biggest weapon? What is Ruben's biggest accolade? Weapon. And they said, do you think it's his hand? And I went, no, it's his heart. It's his courage, his determination to win. Because when I see you, you're never in a bad match. And the thing is, when that match stops, you very, very rarely lose. And when you come training, you're an absolute warrior. You know, I was only saying to James Beach on the phone the other day that when you come down these last few weeks of me and you've been pulling on a Thursday evening, I absolutely dread it because I can't get an easy minute. It's just I'm working solid straight through. I can't get a minute's breath. And that's what you do to your opponents. And for me, that is your greatest weapon. Because if it comes down, and please don't take this the wrong way, to who wants it most, in my opinion, there's very few people in the country want it more than you do. And then when you've got a hand like a baseball bat catching mitt, I mean, it also helps. So this is like two Welshmen. You competed together on the same team at the Wales versus the rest of the UK in June. Today, well, you're also club mates to a point. You know, you started your career here, actually training with Murray before you went and did the Black Sheep, and you've got your own good team building there now. But do you want to beat him up that much?
it's a bit difficult to get your head into that kind of stage, really, because we've been training so much together, kind of looking after each other and helping each other in training. So I'm going to have to just switch it on and hate him for 5 minutes.
Oh, so you want a quick win then? Murray, I'm going to bring you in. Thank you, Ruben. You've just heard what he said. You know what everyone says about him. He's the fastest, biggest rising star in the UK. Is he? Or is that you?
I don't know, it's close. I was really impressed with him at Nationals, actually getting second like that. The way he sort of dominated Popescu's hand, he could have very easily won that left-handed. So I've been really impressed with how he's improved over the last few years. Training together has been great. So obviously it's a bit of a unusual rivalry, like partly training together. But I'm looking forward to the match, and I do think I can win it.
And, you know, because you know each other so well, do you think that you're going to give him a good hiding? Not that you think you might beat him. Do you think it's a good hiding coming? And what worries you most about him?
No, I don't think it'll be an easy win. Like, he has got, obviously his hand is the weapon, the hand and his stamina, I suppose. It's just dealing with that hand, stopping, getting the match to a position where I'm not in a big disadvantage because of the hand. So I think that'll be kind of the key to this match, really.
And you've had a massive year, as most people know. Third in the world, over there in Greece. Second in Britain. You know, you've been Commonwealth champion. But all this is on the right arm. No one really sees the left arm come out. Is it as good?
It's probably not quite as good, to be honest, but I don't think it's too far off. And I think for the way Ruben pulls, there shouldn't be too much of a difference. I think he's quite balanced as well. And yeah, I think he'll be good enough to get the job done. Yeah.
And who's the better Welshman, Murray? who's the one that's going to take this home for North Wales today? Is Ruben going to be the king of North Wales? Is he going to be stood there at top of Conway Castle, or is it going to be you?
I'm thinking it's going to be me.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Ruben? Is he going to take the Welsh throne?
He's not going to win tonight, but who's the best Welshman? If you're Welsh, you're Welsh. Full stop. There's no comparison there. Man.
Come on, Ruben. We're not even going to get into this because Josh Davis, who actually tipped this match, and I'm going to tell you which way he went in a minute. He was speaking with me this morning, and he said that none of you are Welsh because the only real Welsh are from Southern Wales. So, in fact, if I remember rightly, he called you Scousers. But I must admit, your first language is Welsh, and Josh Davis' first language is blabbering shite. So, I can't really agree with him. But no, on a serious note now, does he go to the pad easily today? Does Ruben Hughes win?
Yeah.
And does he go to the pad easily today? And does Murray Whitehead win?
Not easily, but I do win. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard this. This is the press conference. The matches are going to roll in at 18:30 UK and Ireland time on the Gods channel. Link is in the description if you want to watch these matches. You're going to see the one and only Lloyd Herperker, Curtis Reynolds, Ruben Hughes and Murray Whitehead blast away on that table just over there, 6:30, before we go into the back to the Aftermath show. Stay tuned because I have got massive news for you all. Big things are coming from Gods. Oh, woo.